नमस्ते भक्तवत्सलः नमस्ते साईनाथाय नमस्ते सत्यसाई सविनय सप्रेम सकुटुंब सहित कोटि कोटि साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम at the divine lotus feet of my beloved Bhagavan, all knowing, all hearing, all seeing. The most beautiful and merciful form which came and descended so that we can ascend. At the very outset, I want to offer my humble salutation at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva, because today happens to be his Mahasamadhi day. 129 years ago, Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva took Mahasamadhi on the 15th of August, late night, early in the morning of 16th, that is today, in 1886. With the grace of Bhagavan Baba, it was only just about 10 days before I was at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva in Dakshineshwar, and also to pay my homage at the divine lotus feet of Sri Swami Vivekananda and the direct disciple of Bhagavan in Dakshineshwar and in Belur Math. It has been my long time desire, and I have been praying to Swami. I remember once in Kodaikanal, I prayed to Swami and I said that Baba Kasturi Garu was very, very fortunate that he came to the divine lotus feet. And Swami said yes. He was led by his Guru Maharaj, Swami Shivananda, Tarak Maharaj, who brought him up to Kotacharu. Those who are familiar with Prashanti surrounding area, they know there is a place known as Kotacharu. So he was brought up to Kotacharu, and from Kotacharu I brought him to Prashanti Nilayam myself. And then finally he was instrumented to write my autobiography. I smiled at Swami and I said, Baba, can I say something? He said, yeah, Popat, tell me. I said, Baba, I am more fortunate than even Kasturi Garu. He said, how? I said, Swami, he was brought up to Kotacharu and then you brought him here. Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva put me straight inside the interview room only. I am extremely grateful to Bhagavan Paramahamsa Deva, Ma Bhagavati, Sri Shardama and Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj. I am also very grateful to Swami that he has yet another arranged a puppet show in a very short visit that I formulated. Brother Mitran, I am taking the liberty of saying that he has got a knack of hooking the people, He can hook you, he can fry you, he can dry you, and he will also make you sure that you are marinated very well. He called me up and he said that I understand from your dear wife that you are coming to London. I said, yeah, inshallah. And then the next thing I found was that he has already sent an email. That's what happens in family. Mother knows how hungry you are. She knows your capacity to digest. And then she serves you without asking. In a kingdom, the king was very, very ambitious. They say in spirituality that over-ambitiousness is the second name of greed. This king was very greedy. The neighboring kingdom was also doing very well, so he thought it wise that one day he should invade and capture everything. Because the greed has got no limit. So he called his prime minister and he called the chief of the army staff and said that now let us prepare for the attack. Everything was planned. The strategies and the logistics were worked out and the attack was launched. On the very first day in the evening, late in the evening, it was a twilight, the king went right up to a hilltop along with his prime minister, and there at the distance he found a lot of people sitting there and a lot of smoke is coming out. So the king was a bit anxious and a bit perturbed, and he asked the prime minister that what the hell is going over there? You see a lot of people are hanging around there and so much of smoke is coming. What's happening? Are they planning some strategy or what? He said, no, your majesty, They are all preparing their evening meal. And the king smiled. And he said, now we have won the war. The Prime Minister very humbly said that, Your Majesty, the war has not even yet started. Today is only the first day. Tomorrow the war is actually going to start. And now you are declaring that we have already won the war. He said, my dear friend, if these people, if they can't sit together and eat, how the hell do you expect them to fight together? Each one of them is having their own kitchen. Each one of them is having their own favorite dishes to be prepared. If they cannot sit together and eat, how do we expect them to be united? And that is the fundamental teaching of Swami. Swami never said that you are divine first. Swami first said unity, then purity. That will ultimately, with the grace of Lord, will lead you to divinity. This morning puppet show, I am going to divide it in two parts. Brother Mitran told me that I should share some experiences of mine. And to be honest with you, I haven't got the key even to open the treasure. I have got hundreds and thousands of experiences with Bhagavan out of His immense grace. But I will touch upon some of the very vital things which I remembered, and Bhagavan promptly, when we were singing the bhajans, made me realize that puppet baat karna. After a very, very long time, yesterday, Shirdi Sainath came in my dream. And I was sitting with Baba, and there were a few people around him, and Baba looked at me and Baba said, Puppet, speak and tell them about my teaching. So first part, I am going to share some experiences of mine, and then second part, I am going to take the liberty of utilizing this particular platform, because my association with Mill Science Center goes to exactly 25 years. When this center was inaugurated, I gave a talk on that very day. And this 25 years Silver Jubilee celebration is also very important for me, because this is the landmark year that I will be completing next month. As a matter of fact, 25 years of group sadhana that I have been taking groups from United Kingdom at the Divine Lotus Feet of our Swami for the last 25 years. It is also a very important year that this year we will be completing 15 years of Gram Seva, which was started by Bhagavan Baba personally. And he made an exception for Gram Seva boys from United Kingdom to come and be his instruments and learn the lessons from his dear students, which he thought all the time that they are my property. And when Swami says it is my property, he does not really mean property the manner in which we understand. Proper ties is property. When you have a proper tie, then it becomes your property. We live in a detached house, but we are terribly attached to that house. That is not property. Anyway, coming to the fundamental teachings of Bhagavan. We were sitting at the Divine Lotus Feet of beloved Swami once, and Swami was giving us certain instructions. And later on, Swami took me inside the inner room, and Bhagavan very intentively looked directly into my eyes, and he said, Papa, I want you to do something for me. I was very excited about it. I thought maybe Bhagavan has planned some project, or he has got some ideas that he wants me to get involved in something. He is going to give me some responsibility or some assignment. So I said, Baba, please tell me. And Swami just looked at me and he said, Papa, I want you to be successful. And then he made a very fantastic statement, that in your success lies the glory of my majesty. Brothers and sisters, the fundamental thing when the living avatar comes, he wants each one of us to be very successful. Physically, mentally, intellectually, spiritually, psychically, morally, ethically, religiously, and spiritually. He wants us to be successful in whatever we do. And the meaning of success is very simple. It is not the question of standing all the time number one. It is understanding that life is a game and you got to play it. Life is not a game that you have to see it. Life is a challenge, you have to meet it. You don't have to see it. Swami himself has given such wonderful formula. And when we do it, believe you me, the miracles happen on its own. I don't think any of you have prayed when it is a sunny morning, that this morning I prayed for the sun to come and give his shine. Did we? No. One Swami very beautifully said that you take an ice cube and put it inside, outside, in the open, and the sun is shining. You don't look up the sun Lord and say that please melt it. Neither you tell the ice cube that now it is time that you should get melted. It will do so. The rays will touch the surface of the cube and the cube will melt without its knowing, without any prayer. When the Lord comes, his instructions are very simple. And that's what Lord Krishna said it in the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. He said, Ananya Shantayanto Mam Ye Jana Paripasate Tesha Nityavi Yuktanam Yogakshavam Vahamyam. The underlying current which Swami explained to us was that Arjuna wanted to have the victory, obviously. The war was waged only with the intention of winning the war. The idea was to destroy the Kauravas, who were the embodiment of arrogance and ignorance. And they had perpetuated so much of injustice. But Swami said that Lord Krishna, being the master politician and mastermind, he laid the condition that you surrender first to me. Sarva dharmam parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami machya. Oh Arjuna, first you understand the meaning of surrender. I am sure most of you know how Swami plays with the world, and once I was sitting in the Divine Lotus feet alone in the morning, during those days after the morning bhajan and in between the interviews, there used to be a lot of time, and Swami used to spend a lot of time outside, standing in the veranda and talking to the people. And many times he used to tell me, go inside, and we were talking about surrender, and Swami simply looked at me and he said, hey, puppet, surrender, shit, adu. I am sir, you are under, that is surrender. Understand that I am sir, you are under. And then he said, you want to understand? Then stand under the master and you will understand. Am I prepared to surrender? Number one. Am I prepared to understand that that game is that he has started? I remember I was standing near the Ganesh gate, one of the senior faculty member who is a PhD, research scholar, and now he is also a lecturer in the business management school in Prashanti Nilayam. He came to me and he looked at me and he said, Puppet sir, I would like to ask you a question. I said, yeah, tell me. He said, we all hear the rumor that Swami is going to reappear. So when is it going to happen? I said, when did he disappear? Huh? When did he disappear that he is sure to reappear? Swami has taken Mahasamadhi at physical level. But he is with us. Do I feel it? Do I believe it? Umpteen number of times I have asked questions to myself and to many of my brothers and sisters lovingly, that do you feel that this chair is occupied? Do you feel that he is with us? If you feel it, then we will experience it. If we experience it, then eventually the penny will drop and we will realize it. I don't feel that he is with me. And I believe that he has gone away. Where has he gone? From where did he come? What was the necessity for him to go? He is with us from time immemorial. There is a very beautiful Qawwali which has been sung by Ustad Nasrut Fateh Ali Khan. And he says in that beautiful Qawwali, Allahu, Allahu, many of you sang in front of Swami also, that just before even the time started, he was there. The concept of time was designed by him because he is the time master. So brothers and sisters, let us understand one thing very clearly, that Swami is not in Mahasamadhi Mandir. Neither is in any temple or any mosque or any church. He is with us. The question is that, do I feel it? We all breathe. We know that without breathing heart is going to stop. And that's the end at physical level. Are we conscious of breathing? Do we make any efforts to breathe? Our friend Rishi, he is now promising cardiologist. Ask him, how much effort, how much energy, how much calories are required to breathe? You ask him. The answer is 0.00000. No effort is required. It is so natural. So we must from today, this very moment, understand that Baba is with us. At every second, if second is supposed to be the measurement of time, in a jiff, He is with us. We must feel it, understand it, experience it and realize it. And unless and until we do that, the distance will always remain. That Baba is in Prashanti Nilayam, that Baba is in Kailasha, that if I go to Tirupati Balaji, then I will have the Lord Venkateshwara's darshanam and then I am blessed. Well, this is your own faith, I mean, good luck to you. I don't think we need to go anywhere. And that includes Mudanali also. I will come to that later. I am taking the liberty of going to use this platform, and I request the management of Village Science Center that they should utilize this particular talk, because I am not going to address only the people, those who are fortunate enough to be physically present here. I am going to share some of the thoughts which I have experienced, because this very year, in year 2015, I have already been to Swami 7 times. And every time I go and sit in front of Mahasamadhi Mandir physically, and then later on in my room I contemplate, then I have come to a certain conclusion which I would like to share with you. And that is why I am taking the liberty of utilizing this particular opportunity that Bhagavan has bestowed upon me. And I request the management that they should put this talk on YouTube. Because it is not Puppet who is going to speak. I am going to speak what he wants to hear. I am going to speak what he wants me to convey to all of us. And through all of you who are the messengers of God Almighty, that you understand it and you spread this message to one and all. That let us first feel that He is with us and His teaching is eternal and it is meant for each one of us. It is not that Swami exceptionally loved Puppet. No, Puppet is a big zero. I have no qualification, I have no merit. I hate Keti Karuna Kilate Swabhavak Drushta Kathorodaya Pite Bhajante Tvameva Sarva Jagadam Janani Prapati Sri Sharadeshwari Rame Prabhasmuk Prabhata. Swami Vivekananda, the choicest disciple of Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Deva, Swami Abhedananda, they even now today, every day morning in Belur Math, they recite this mantra and they say that, O Divine Mother, Ma Bhagavati, Ma Sai, Ma Sharda, I have no merits, I have no qualification, yet you have accepted me. And knowing thus, my heart which is made of stone melts like ice. Without any motivation, without any motive, without any plea and petition and application, Swami has accepted each one of us as we are. Show me one person in this August assembly can raise the hand and say that he was questioned by Swami, what are you doing in London? What qualification have you done? What sadhana have you done? What do you deserve that you should be here at the divine lotus feet of my Lord and seek my grace? Has he ever asked any one of us? He accepted the way we are because what we are, that's what He made us. That is why the Lord Jesus said that the man is made in the image of God. God is perfect. Puppet has become impure because of his own weaknesses. I am told scientifically by the researchers in medical science that the construction of the heart, which is just like that, it's only a fish size. God created it so that at least it should minimum pump for minimum 100 years. If somebody gets a heart attack because of 30, then he is the one who has to be blamed because he has created the blockage. Doctor didn't create the blockage. Did you, Rishi? You only removed the blockage. Huh? So whose problem is that? It's Puppet's problem. So brothers, try and understand that we got to surrender to Him. You see, Paramahansa Yogananda, when he was in the United States of America, an American devotee asked him that, Master, I would like to ask you a question after the evening session. He said, do I understand correctly that your eternal message is that I should find peace with myself? And experience that? Paramahansa Yogananda, the great spiritual master, only simply smiled and he said, my dear friend, my son, that is not exactly the primary and fundamental teaching. He said, then what it is, Master? He said, my fundamental primary teaching to you and to one and all is that you must find peace with God. Have I found peace with God? No, I haven't. I come to Him to seek peace and bliss and to experience that. What a wonderful bhajans we all had. We didn't realize how half an hour passed away. We were in a state of bliss. We really enjoyed it. But the matter of the fact is that, am I at peace with Him 24 hours every second? No. I question His timing. I question His judgment. I question His planning. I question His drama. I question His leela. I question His mahima. I get completely dumbfounded and mind-blowing things happen and I just simply don't understand. And instead of having peace, I am in pieces. I really do not know. Somebody comes from Tirupati Balari, he says that, oh, it's a fantastic place and I want to buy the ticket and I go there. Somebody says that, oh, Vaishnadevi is a damn good place and you must go there once in a lifetime and you make an effort to go there. When you know that Vaishnadevi itself is lying in your own cave of your own heart. It doesn't cost a penny. So let us find peace with God. I remember I was sitting at the Divine Lotus Feet of Bhagavan in Kodaikanal in Science Shruti and we were all having a private session. My dear wife was also there and Bhagavan very beautifully said, he was addressing the boys and pointing at me. He said, Papa always think that Satya Sai does everything at the last moment. Kadu kadu, che che. Satya Sai does everything at the right moment. The problem is that my watch is not synchronized. Every one of us here think that their watch is correct. Even the big man doesn't say that his watch is correct. It keeps working. We all are correct in our own way. And yet we have not synchronized our watch with the eternal watch, the timing of Lord. That things will happen only at the right moment and not at the time that I want it. As Bhagavan Ramkrishna Paramahansa Deva always used to say in Dakshineshwar, the mango will fall when it is ripe. Mango just simply does not fall in Sainsbury and Marks and Spencer just like that. No. Kadu kadu. When it is ripe, it is ready, when it is worth eating, then it comes there. So we must try and understand that things will happen. And whatever is going to happen only for our good. There is no mother in the earth who has wished ill. Even Gandhari was all the time blessing Duryodhana, even until the last moment, knowing fully well that Duryodhana, with due respect, he was an embodiment of wickedness, and yet Gandhari loved him so much. If that is the case, and that is the nature of law and the universal truth, then how do we expect that Swami doesn't love us? That Swami will do something which is not in our interest. Everything that He has given is to us. Our misfortune, our adversity, that's what we have interpreted it. He has only given us the opportunity to understand what suffering is. I remember when I got the blood cancer, somebody rang me from Prashanti Nilayam and they said, Popat, you are, of all the people, you got cancer. And now, of course, I have got a heart problem. I created the bloody blockages myself, you see. I don't blame anybody. But the fact is that when they rang me up and they told me that, Popat, of all the people, you have had so many interviews, you had so many wonderful time with Swami and Swami didn't take care of you. I said, Swami didn't take care of me. Swami gave me to realize that suffering is part of life and it must be accepted. And unless I know the thirst, how will I know what is the thirst? Unless I have felt the pangs of hunger, how do I know that how a poor man sitting in the street who is begging for a piece of bread, he is hungry? He wants me to realize it. He wants me to experience it. Life is an experience. It is not a concept. We are not like pigeons and birds, that we one day fine morning we come into the world, we sit around the tree and we simply die. And when we really do die, people are very happy that now Trafalgar Square is clear. You see, at least there is no muck around. No, that is not our life. There is a tremendous divine purpose for which we are not ready for it, neither we have understood it, nor we are aware of it, consciously. If I am suffering, there is a reason for it. I must accept it as this prasadam. You don't look at when in Prashanti Nilayam, when they give you Mysore Pak or some sweet, Dr. Rushi, who is a medical science student, he doesn't look at it and he says, how many calories is this? He accepts it as this prasadam and he takes it. Doesn't matter if he is going to gain 200 gram extra weight. It's a sanctified prasadam. We don't evaluate it, we don't reason it, we don't logic it, do you? No, you accept it, you feel grateful about it. So, when Swami gives you some problem, be very grateful to him that he is giving you a chance to improve. I remember when Swami told me, Papa, don't try to prove, first improve. He also once told me very beautiful, he said, when you are plain, then there is no need to explain. Half of the life is spent in explaining the things. Even husband and wife, they are married for 40 years, still the wife has to explain where she goes and how did she spend the time. Thank God she doesn't tell you the recipe and the price also. Huh? So Bhagavan's teaching is very simple. I remember once we were sitting in the interview room and there was a British man, English man, he had come from Headfield Center and that was his first visit, He said, I'm going back to sometime in 1993, 94. And he asked Swami, he said, Swami, when everything is going to be spiritual? And Swami simply smiled at him and he said, my son, everything is spiritual. It is only your problem that you are looking at material level. In his creation, everything is spiritual. This Baba, at physical level, he was not from this world in any case. He did not belong to this world. He created it and he detached himself. He became an eternal witness, that's it. And that's what exactly he is doing right now. You remember Rishi used to sing always our signature song, Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnana Murtim Dandvaditam Gagan Shatrusam Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimal Achalam Sarvada Sakshi Bhutam. He is the eternal witness. The mother doesn't go to the school to find out how much the little one is learning. She only makes sure that he goes to the school. That's it. Then it is between the teacher and the student. Whether he becomes a scientist or he becomes an idiot, it is his good luck. Bhagavan is like that only. He is the eternal witness. He is watching the drama. He needs to play. If you are enjoying it, good luck to you. If you don't like it, you can always quit. Earlier you go, better it is for him in any case. We must understand the basic fundamental things about this Lord and His operations, you see. We don't expect Him to interfere. Mother goes up to the school gate. She doesn't go inside the class. Is she allowed to go inside? She has paid the fees. So, big deal. Go back home. The child will come back only when the class is over. Exactly the life of Lord is with us is like that only. When the lifespan will be over, we will go back to Him. That's it. He knows that. Until then, you have the liberty to do it. We have a choice. We have an option. I have an option, whether to experience it or whether to suffer it. This Lord has come out of complete pure. I always tell people in Satya Sai Central Trust in Prashanti Nilayam that Howard Buffett, whom I had the good fortune of meeting and sitting with him in Varanda many times, wonderful young, beautiful man, although despite the fact that because of his age he was physically over 90 and at a later stage his eyesight was also very weak and he was almost blind. But here is a man who brought Swami to the doorsteps of millions of devotees. Man of miracle. I wish that now somebody writes a book on Swami, the embodiment of mercy and compassion. That aspect of Swami's love, that aspect of that motherly and fatherly love has not yet fully been explained. And that is the reason why, coming back to the original thing, that we are not united in oneness. When we understand that this mother is so loving, so caring, so compassionate, so merciful, that aspect has never been highlighted. Yes, when somebody is given an interview, when he is given a ring, you feel that the guy is very great, he is very happy, he has been very fortunate, Bhagavan is very kind, Bhagavan is very happy. No, Bhagavan is happy to the person more who is sitting right at the end of Sai Kulwant Hall. Maybe the previous night he has bought a ticket from Chennai, he has traveled all over the whole night, and probably he didn't take a bath. Swami's love for him is equally the same. Whether you are a 5-year-old child studying in primary school or you are a PhD, in the eyes of Swami there was no distinction. I remember once Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, now Bharat Ratna, the ex-Prime Minister of India, he was sitting there. I was just very fortunate to sit. He had come early in the morning for Swami's darshan. Only the media people were allowed to sit there. I was fortunate to sit there. And when Swami came, Baba spent more time with the primary school children, and then finally he came to Varanga and said, Atal, aa gaya. So in the eyes of Swami, the priority is the primary school children who are waiting and they are hungry and they probably got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready to come for morning darshan and they have to go back to school. Atalji in any case will go back to Delhi by his flight. The flight is not going to take off without him. We must try and understand this aspect of it. Then he loves each one of us. Then he cares for us. That our well-being is his only concern. Many times I have told in my talks in puppet show, in front of Baba as I am talking in his immediate divine presence, that he said he never slept at night. Why? Because he made sure that we all go to sleep properly. That is why I always keep telling that somebody told me that in London somebody said that your Sai Baba is not walking. I said, Mera Baba chalta nahi, meri Baba duniya ko chalata hai. And he is doing the same thing even right now. It is very well now recorded and there have been photographs on radio side. I don't know how many of you see and search the website. That when Narendra Modi sir, the present Prime Minister of India, when he actually at the first interview and when the interview was over, Baba actually said it in Telugu. When he shut the door, the future Prime Minister of India is going. He didn't understand because he said it in Telugu. But later on he told the boy, and that boy has now declared it openly and his photograph is there on radio side. Baba had prophesied it 15 years ago that this man one day will become, because that is the divine plan. Everything is planned, nothing. That's why Swami many times have said that there are no accidents in life. There are only incidents. Whatever is happening in my life, or your dear ones and loved ones, it is all His plan. We must accept it. There is no point in arguing, there is no question, there is no point in judging His judgment. So I think these are the fundamental things which I have learned, and that's how one keeps going on. I remember I was in the hospital only just about a week before, on the 7th of August, and the doctor was telling me that your body has become very weak. I said, yeah, the body has become weak, but the spirit will never. Because body has got limitations. The soul has got no limitation. So we must understand that we are all embodiments of power, that we are all blessed, that Swami loves equally each one of us. He loves us so much which is beyond description. That is why the students they sing, Humko tumse pyar kitna, Sai tu nahi janta. Ni prema bandhamu, isn't it? Our bond is only that. Sunday morning we all could be resting, isn't it? Probably watching our favorite television cassettes. Why we are here? Because we love Him. Because we know that He comes here, He sits with us, He enjoys our bhajan. There is no doubt about it. More we become firm on that, more faithful, more graceful, more successful we will become. Part 2 of Puppet Show. We were talking about going to various temples and mosques and churches to find peace. Let us first find the peace with God, His timing, His judgment, His planning. Above all, His grace. We must accept it lovingly, willingly and cheerfully. I do not remember myself and my dear wife throughout my treatment, and even now when I am going through heart treatment, we have never ever prayed to Swami that Baba please cure me. No. It is His show, let Him enjoy it. He has planned it, there must be a purpose for it. Why should I interfere in His planning? What right do I have? What qualification and merits do I have that I have to tell Him and plead Him? And does He require any pleading? If I remind Swami, that means I am doubting His integrity and His intelligence. Isn't it? He knows it. If you open the very first chapter of Holy Quran, it says God is all knowing, all hearing and all seeing. In English we call it omniscient, omnipotent and omnipresent. If we really believe so, then where is the question of praying to Him that Baba please do something for me? There is no need to pray. Do we look at the clouds and say that please rain? It will rain when the time will come. In any case it has to rain. That's the law of the law, nature. Swami once was telling us, that is why I recited mantra which was composed by Narada. And I learned this mantra when I was actually flying from London to Prashanti. Namaste Purusha Dharshya, Namaste Bhakta Vatsala. Swami says that my love is, I am Bhakta Vatsala, Bhakta Paradhinaya, Bhakta Rakshana. When the mother cow sees that the calf is running, the calf doesn't have to come and pray that I am hungry, give me milk. The milk actually starts flowing. When many of us who have been fortunate enough to come in the group sadhana, in many groups that we have gone, and during those days we used to have meeting in Mill Hill Science Center only. When we used to read there, Bhagwan was in cloud 9. Normally devotees should be in cloud 9. But Bhagwan was so happy only to see that is his Bhakta Vatsala. It doesn't really matter whether you meet Mitra and say Sai Ram or not, or whether somebody welcomes you or not. Once you come and sit here and look at him, believe you me, you are seeing the most happiest man in the world. Because your presence, your darshan actually, he is waiting for. I remember Brother Satyajit, whom I met very recently, he was telling me that during the last stage of Bhagwan's health, when he was deteriorating very rapidly in the month of February, March, I happened to meet Swami for the last time on the 6th of March 2011, and after 20 days Swami was taken to the hospital. He was telling me that the preparation for Swami's darshan used to start at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And eventually Swami used to appear in Sai Purvantal sometimes at 7 or 7:30 in the evening. I remember once Aarti was taken at 9:30 at night. Bharat, we were sitting there from 3 o'clock in the afternoon up to 9:30 in the night, because Swami said, doctors used to tell him, the Central Trust members used to tell him that Baba, there is no need for you to go, because Baba was actually breathing through mouth. Physically there was no strength left in him. And yet he said, my devotees have come, I must go. I want to go and meet them. I love them. There was no compulsion. The devotees in any case would have offered the Aarti to the chair. But Baba wanted to come. I was also told by Dr. Sandhya, I am giving the name because we are talking in family. It doesn't matter if it goes on the YouTube and the whole world knows about it. Because what I am saying is the gospel truth. Dr. Sandhya told me that Swami, when he was admitted in the ICU after the first heart transplant, this pacer, Swami's first action was, he said, exactly at 9 o'clock, I want to hear my students singing the glory of the Lord. So there was a small speaker and a mic which was played every day. And you would be very happy to know, those of us who came, like Brother Shashi, that we were allowed to go to the same room every Thursday now. That room is open and bhajans are sung and the aarti is offered. was listening bhajan for 70 years. He is the one who composed his own bhajan. He was coming to give us joy because he loves us. We have no idea how much he loves us because we have no capacity to understand it. You and I have experienced only birthday greetings, and we only believe in celebrating anniversaries. When somebody gives you a beautiful gift, you say that I love you and you believe it, knowing fully well that it is only temporary. His love is so pure, so selfless. He has got nothing to gain, nothing to lose. He told me one day in the interview, Popat, I have got nothing to gain, I have got nothing to lose, and yet I am the embodiment of bliss. Lena dena band hai, fir bhi aanand hai. You look at his project, the hospital, the water project, the educational institute which he has established. It was only to give Anandam. And even now it is giving Anandam after even his physical absence. I was admitted in the Whitefield Hospital. See, Satya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Science. There are hundreds of hospitals in Bombay, but I decided to go to Swami Hospital because I thought my mother will be very happy when I will be in her care. And Dr. Das told me that Popat, is a privilege to treat you here. You know why? Because there, work is not worship. Worship is work. There is a level that eventually you reach at that level of understanding and spiritual evolution when work is not worship. Worship itself becomes work. Everything is dedicated, so everything is worship. He doesn't take salary. From 7 o'clock in the morning till 7:30 in the evening, unless and until he has seen each and every patient. My wife was there. She was telling me that, look at the way these doctors are working. This man was given the highest award by Government of India, Dr. Das. Right? He even did not go to Delhi to receive it. Because he does on an average 20 to 22 procedures every day. Just 2 weeks before I was in Prashanti Nilayam for Guru Purnima, and I had a meeting with Dr. Chaudhary, who is the director of Swami's Institute in Puttaparthi. Here is a man from California. He has got 7 beautiful sports cars in his garage. I went to his residence. It's a small utility room. His wife is in California. There is a maid servant who cooks the food. He doesn't take his lunch. He goes to the staff canteen. Brothers and sisters, I am citing the example out of my own experience just to make you aware that there is something much more than money and fame and name which can give you peace. When we see Swami, the way he has motivated the people, the way he has inspired the people is beyond comprehension of any human being. I don't think in the history of humanity any master, I am taking the liberty of saying, including Shirdi Baba, has motivated and inspired people at such level and in such magnitude. Impossible. My wife and myself, we were very fortunate. We are sent to United States of America by Bhagwan out of his love and compassion to St. Louis, where we were supposed to participate in a retreat. And brothers and sisters, we met one Dr. Chari, he is now 76 years old. I met him recently in the veranda after Guru Purnima. At this age, he is still doing hip replacement and knee replacement. What motivates him? What inspires him? Only his love. Oh, you got plenty of time today, Sunday. Unless you got appointment in 10 Downing Street. Right. I'll come to the last part of my puppet show. I'm taking the liberty of addressing this and utilizing this platform without, I apologize to Brother Vitran and the management of Middle Science Center. But I think it is very appropriate that we understand that what you read in social media, on internet, on your own laptops and computers about the things which are happening in Mudanali, the things which are happening in Prashanti Nilayam. Let me be very honest with you that Mudanali drama is not their strength. It is the weakness of Sri Satya Sai Central Trust that has become their strength. When we do realize that tolerating injustice is also a crime and you are conniving with the criminal itself, then you will realize what I am trying to convey. This issue would have been resolved immediately or even before Swami's Mahasamadhi. But everybody took things for granted, everybody underestimated the level at which they will start operating. I have been very fortunate that I have given complete evidence to Satya Sai Central Trust that Mudanali people, I have got nothing against them. At the very outset I must clarify, I am not complaining against anybody. I am not passing any judgment. I am not a judge of the Supreme Court. I am only conveying my feelings to one and all of you to make you aware that they are also our brothers. The only problem is that the train which leaves from platform number 13 for Birmingham, they are standing on the platform number 19 which goes to Liverpool. They are travelling in the wrong train. The methodology which they are using in the name of Swami and demanding money in the name of Swami is totally wrong. Swami's hand was always up. He never begged. He was never the receiver. He was always the giver, giver, giver and giver. Until the very last drop of blood he gave it for us. So the methodology which they are using is very wrong. I am not saying that establishing good school is not necessity. But even if you have 5,000 schools, education problem of India is not going to be solved because it is a country of 1.2 billion people. I have given the evidence of all the emails to Satya Sai Central Trust. This time, I had 5.5 hours meeting. How they are going about saying that Swami has asked a person to come, do the Bhumi Pujan, take over the project. Project is costing X amount of money and he has to do it. Swami never did that. You will be very surprised to know, brothers and sisters, Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences in Whitefield, which is costing millions of dollars, Swami himself even didn't go for Bhumi Pujan. Colonel Jogara was sent. I was there at that time. I attended the inauguration ceremony also. Swami himself did not even inaugurate his own institute. He gave the honor to Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He came 2 hours late and Swami was waiting for him. I am talking about that master. He never said anything that you give me. He was always giving, giving, giving and giving. So the fundamental teaching of Swami has been flouted beyond imagination. And the second thing is, this brother Madhusudan Naidu, who is going around accepting letter like Swami, who is also giving Pad Namaskar, he is also giving interviews, he is also putting his hand in his pocket, and I have seen all the videos. I work practically 15 hours a day trying to understand what the hell is happening. Not that I am questioning, I am trying to understand it. And it is mind-blowing, I am telling you. Then he puts his hand in his pocket and he takes out a ring and he gives it to some people. And these are the people. Last week there was a retreat in Mudanali. 65 to 70 people were invited. Idea was to raise X amount of money. 2 weeks before somebody told me that Madhusudan Naidu travels more than Bill Gates. Next week I am told that they are coming to UK also. Every day they are traveling. Every day they are planning. Every day there is this unimaginable, unconceivable planning is going on. The idea is not the welfare. The idea is not to promote the education system in India. The idea is not the value-based education in India and based on Swami's teaching. The idea is, the foundation is vengeance, enmity and revenge. This is the truth. If you don't accept it, choice is yours. But I am telling you the truth. I am not suggesting that you don't donate the money. I am not suggesting that you disrespect them. Here is a man who has given his life for 48 years at the Divine Lotus Feet, and I have said it in my email very openly. Actually, the whole drama and the warfare started with my email. I was the first one to put it in writing. That here is a man whom I consider the role model, and I expected my Gram Seva boys to become like him. Brahmachari. The ideal disciple of the living master. But when the greed, when the name and the fame, and when the Duryodhana was not an idiot, brothers and sisters, he was a very brilliant man. He was a great warrior. He gave a very hard time to Pandavas, not for 18 days. He gave even hard time to Lord Vasudeva Krishna for 18 days. That he had to drive Arjuna's chariot. Never underestimate the evil. Swami once told me very beautifully, even in its purest form is as powerful as purity itself. Write it out in your diary tonight. That's why always Swami used to tell us, and he keeps reminding us, run away from the evil. Evil is as powerful as purity. We do not realize it. How in a subtle form it goes inside your system and it finishes you in no time. I remember Swami once gave a very beautiful divine discourse in Purnachandra Hall in Telugu, and I could understand because he was using Sanskrit as Telugu. He said, Hasame nijamu. That means the hand is there. Asuya. Asuya tripilla. And then he said, greed, lust and anger. Krodhamu, lobhamu, kamamu. I am repeating Swami's word. So I am not here to make any judgment. But I think it is my duty, and this is what I have been told officially, that this message must be conveyed in no uncertain terms. Unfortunately, with due respect, Radio Sai has not done the job the manner in which it should have done. It's only one last week, 2 days before, only one satsang came. I don't know whether how many of you have seen it or not. This matter has not been addressed in the manner in which it should be. I also understand from the reports which I read that Sir Nagananda, the trustee of Satya Sai Central Trust, came over here also and he gave a talk. Right? It was all lukewarm. Writing letters, writing circulars, sending messages like this is not possible. You can't go and stand in the kitchen and say, please, let's have a damn good dinner. And you have not even lit the gas. Will you cook, Rajni Ben? Huh? You can stand there for the whole bloody day, nothing will happen. Government guy will be hungry. I was to light the gas, na? First find out the matchstick or a lighter. Then think about rasam. We have not addressed the issue in the manner in which it should be. And that is why all this confusion is taking place. There are hundreds and thousands of emails I am getting. Is this what is going on is right? Popat, you have been with Baba for the last 34 years. What shall I do? There is so much of confusion. There is so much of misunderstanding. There is so much of anarchy. That guy in Singapore, when he was contacted by my action man, he said that if somebody would have come and told us from Satya Sai Central Trust 1 week before, I would not have given him $1 million. He said, I look like an idiot in my own face. There is a man in Australia and Sydney, he gave $1 million last two weeks before. He said, I wish I would have known it. What is the purpose? So let us become vigilant. God has given us intellect. I myself made the mistake. I am admitting it. I apologize it. I believed it. I have said it openly in my email that I also gave 46 lakhs of rupees. But then the time has come that we must understand the game. That this game is being played at a different level, in different stature, and with different understanding and with different intention. So kindly please forgive me if I have disturbed you. My idea is not to disturb you. My idea is to convey you the message in the right perspective. Let me also make it one thing very clear. I have got nothing to gain, I have got nothing to lose. I have got no selfish motive. I have got no selfish agenda. I am not after power, position and possession. If I was, I would have been a multi-millionaire with one prayer to him. In 34 years, I have never ever asked Swami anything personal to me. Many times he asked me, Papat, what do you want? And I said, only your love. Bless me with pure, selfless love for thy divine lotus feet. If I have it, I got everything. If I have my mother, then I have got her lap also. I have got her love also. And she will feed me, and she will care me, and she will protect me. That's what I have understood in life. Kindly please give this message to all the brothers and sisters. I am told the plans have already been finalized. Next week they are going to be here. I am again repeating, I have got nothing against them personally. What I do not like is that we are demeaning our master. Our Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, the most loving, merciful, compassionate Lord, never ever even given a hint of asking anything. In His name, such activities are being carried out. And I feel that we are doing injustice to our own master. You imagine Bill Gates' son sitting outside Microsoft office as a beggar and asking for 1 penny. People will think he is idiot, but he is also bringing disrespect to Bill Gates, isn't it? That he is the richest man of the world and his son is behaving like a beggar. That's exactly what we are doing. So please forgive me. But I want this message to go loud and clear. And I am telling in front of Baba that Sri Satya Sai Center Trust is equally to be blamed. Equally to be blamed for this mess which has been created. If Indulal Shah would not have gone to Budan Ali, the ambassadorship, the sponsorship, the patronage which he has given, for whatever may be the reason, because of his ill health, because of his dementia or whatever may be the reason, but people have taken complete advantage of that situation. And that has brought disunity in the Central Trust itself. I have made it very clear. I have been very frank with Central Trust. I have told them where they stand. You can't clap with one hand. Show me one person who can do it. Huh? Mike Tyson can't do it. Muhammad Ali cannot do it. You have got to have 2 hands to clap. So the both parties are equally to be blamed. And we devotees have responsibility to make sure that whatever mistakes are made are not repeated and carried on to the future generations. We owe that much to our Baba. It's very important that this Million Science Center has been in existence for the last 25 years and wonderful job has been done. Every week your reports I used to read in the internet in Bombay. I used to feel so great that Brother Mitran is celebrating in great style. I was also told that you have taken and given the Rath Yatra around this place. Brilliant. But that's not good enough. Let us stop this injustice. Let us rectify the mistakes. It doesn't matter. We are not here in the game of blaming each other. Whatever has had to happen, has happened. Swami is teaching us a lesson in a hard way. Because he believes in us, he has faith in me. I remember once Swami very beautifully said to the students in Kodaikanal that Papa thinks that he has got faith in me. He is pretending. I am repeating Swami's word, Rishi. Swami said, the matter of the fact is that I have faith in Papa. That's why I keep allowing him to breathe. Every one of us is the recipient of his faith. He has faith in us. So let us reciprocate and put faith in him and his judgment and bring justice. Well, it's time to offer the prayer and then I will conclude. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. I think I am in time. Sarvasva Sabarvayami Sarveshwar. Sachidananda Swarupa Sarvantaryami Swarupa Satya Dharma Shanti Prema Swarupa Avtara. Satyam Shivam Sundaram Avtara Sarvadevata Avtara Sarva Shakti Swarupa Avtara Sarva Mantra Tantra Yantra Swarupa Avtara Shiva Shakti Swarupa Avtara Sadguru Dev Guru Jagat Guru Sri Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba Iti Shri रविवारे प्रातःकाल प्रार्थना समय मिलेन साई सेंटर मध्ये लंदन स्थित शिव पूजा दिन निमित्ते साई लिंगम, सर्वलिंगम, दिव्यलिंगम, पवित्रलिंगम, भव्यलिंगम, तेजस्विलिंगम, महानलिंगम, आत्मलिंगम, ज्योतिर्लिंगम, मृत्युंजय लिंगम पूजार्थे सविनय, सब प्रेम, सब कुटुंब सहित कोटि कोटि साष्टांग दंडवत नमस्कार प्रेम पूर्वक, हृदय पूर्वक, भक्ति पूर्वक, श्रद्धा पूर्वक पुनः पुनः समर्पयामि। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभाव करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय समर्पयामि। सत्यनारायणाय समर्पयामि, स्वामीनारायणाय समर्पयामि, श्रीनारायणाय समर्पयामि। Just PS, a footnote. Somebody asked me in Prashanti this time, he said, Popat, you don't fear. We have seen you in Varanda for the last 30 years. We have never seen you be afraid of Swami. I said, no. Because Swami told me on the very first day, where there is love, there is no fear. Where there is love, there is no bargain. I don't fear Swami. I love him. I love him more than what I understand. And he loves me more than I can bear. Whatever I have said it from my heart. My heart bleeds. I am offering this puppet show at the Divine Lotus Feet with this prayer and in the spirit in which I have said. Yes, sir.